I swear to God, one thing I'm tired of is being fucking broke. And I don't mean like broke, like I have the money to pay for everything, but damn, like I had enough money to buy my kids one new pair of shoes. And then I bought two extra pair of shoes because I was like, they really need shoes. And then I looked at my bank account after that and I'm like, shit, I don't have enough to pay for fucking rent. And I'm just so tired of living like that. I want to be able to buy my babies whatever they want. I want to be able to buy whatever they want for Christmas, whatever they need. Like, I'm tired of worrying about food. I'm tired of like everything being so fucking expensive. For a family of 4, I can easily drop $250 to $300 for food. Like, easy. And then on top of that, you add like your regular bills, you know, car payment, phone, electricity, water. And on top of that, you add your rent payment because God knows you can't buy a house right now. And on top of that, your children need stuff. And they're my number one priority. This is why I look the way that I look. Don't get my hair done. I don't do nothing. I do my own fucking nails. I bought myself a $30 bicycle, which this is besides the point. My babies are number one. I just wish that I could freely, financially have the freedom to buy whatever I want. So that's why I wasn't posting for a little bit, because I just got so down about like, I want to be successful on this app. I want to be successful in something. And it's so challenging because it's like you're desperate and you want it to happen like in the moment. And sometimes it's just not happening. And you get to a point where you're like trying to force content and you're trying to force certain things and it's just not happening. And then you get discouraged and then it's just like you kind of lose sight of the whole point of why you did it in the first place. Because I do this because it makes me happy. Have to keep the faith, have to keep pushing, have to keep manifesting. Like, I am a millionaire. I keep repeating those things to myself. It's just, there's these periods of ups and downs where it's like, ugh. Y'all pray for me.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cooke. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
With how inflation is going right now, the thought of being a sugar sounds really appealing. I would have an issue with the sugar portion of it though, so I'm not really cut out for that lifestyle. I just like the idea of, you know, getting paid and for existing, for looking cute. That'd be great. It sucks how expensive groceries are, especially when you know how much they used to be a couple years ago, and you're like, wow, I used to not pay this much for them. Crazy. And if you want a full week worth of groceries, you know, be prepared to spend over $100. It's rough.
This video is for all my other 25 to 35-year-olds. Is everything just going to be impossible for us? I mean, I can't buy a house. I can't. I've put in offers on 2 different homes. One of them wasn't even reviewed. The other one, we were in second. We didn't get it. And every house that I put on my list ends up being pending or it's already gone. It's already under contract the next day. So I am just feeling exhausted and I'm ready to give up. I just think maybe I'm just not supposed to have a house. I'm 29. I have a baby. I'm married. I'm ready. And I think our generation is just getting screwed. I mean, even this car, I had people quoting me like 4 times the MSRP price on this car. Why are we in this? Why can't I just get a regular MSRP price? No, everything is extreme. Everything. You can't. Inflation, all these things, since I've been an adult, ready to do adult things, are literally out of control. And I need to have a rant because I'm just sick of it. I'm ready to give up. It's like I'm just going to rent the rest of my life because these people are out of their minds. I just went to an open house and this house was a dump. It was disgusting. It gave me the ick. It was so dirty. They didn't put any time into cleaning it. It looked disgusting. There was crap on the wall. I mean, just disgusting. Smelled bad. And they had that house listed at $425. I wouldn't pay $250 for that house. I would not pay $250 for that house, and that house was at $425. It's the end for our generation. It's just the end.
If you rent, can you please tell me how much your rent is going up at the ask of your renewal for your lease? Because I just got my notice and my rent is going up $190 a month. I am so heated at this because I literally left my last apartments because they were raising my rent $210 a month. For context, in my other apartments, I kind of understood because a new management property had bought the complex and they painted everything outside to make it look a little bit more luxurious. They changed the landscape a lot, which did make the whole property look nicer as a whole. So I kind of understood why, but I still thought it was ridiculous that they were raising it $210 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. I was going to be paying like $1,500 for a 700 square feet apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So I said, you know what? That's ridiculous. I'm moving. I moved to the apartment that I am at now, which is a 2-bedroom, 2 bath, because it was only $100 more than what I was going to be paying over there, but it's almost double the square footage. So I thought it was worth it, right? And I've lived in this apartment complex before. And last time when they sent my renewal lease, I think it was only going up $40. So I was expecting it to be on the lower side because I have dealt with this apartment complex with the same management company. And I knew it was going to be a little bit more than just $40 because the first time I lived here was during the pandemic and right towards the end of it, like when things were calming down towards the end of 2020. So I know a lot of things have changed, but from $40 to $190 is insane. So I'm just wondering, if you guys are renters, how much is your landlord raising your rent? Because how is this even legal? Like, there is no changes where I live. It's not like they're updating my unit. It's not like they're updating things outside. The service isn't changing. Oh, and on top of that, they're also charging more for valet trash now, which I still think is ridiculous that they don't have it as an optional thing, as an optional service that you have to have valet trash. Like, why can't I just take it to the trash myself and not pay those $20 a month, $25, but now they're raising it to $30. Like, be fucking for real. Anyway, I'm fucking sick of landlord greed, because that's what I think it is. I understand everything is more expensive, but if they're raising my rent that much, I'm sure they're doing that to others. So what the fuck? That is just way too much money for zero change. No change whatsoever, but you're charging me more.
This economy is really starting to piss me off. My husband and I, we have done good for so long. So long. I struggled in the beginning. When my kids were little, I went to nursing school. My husband has a good job. We were doing good. Now I can't even pay my bills. I'm sick of this. I am sick of this. Spent $500 on groceries yesterday at Walmart again. Like, what in the world? I'm so sick of this. I'm gonna have to get another freaking job. What are y'all doing to help get through this? Because I am sick of it. I am not used to being this broke, and I don't like it. And I did all the things to get me out of where I was when I was younger.
But why is gas almost $6? Like, I'm not understanding. First of all, I wasn't even used to it being $4.50. I wasn't used to that. But everybody stopped talking about it. And after something is so expensive for so long, we kind of get used to it. We can barely even buy our family's fruits and vegetables because fruits and vegetables are so damn expensive. Food is so expensive, and now y'all want to just go up on the gas again. Like, y'all, can you give me a break? Because everything's going up right now. Rent, light, utilities, insurance, food. Now gas is going up again. Like, I'm really over this. I'm over it. I'm completely over it. Like, there's no reason why I should be paying $6 for 1 gallon of gas. Is it a gallon? right? What city do y'all live in? What state do y'all live in? How much is the gas where you guys live?
Y'all, the rental crisis in the United States is insane. These rental prices are outrageous. The quality of these homes are despicable, and these landlords are outrageous. At this point, it has to be affecting the homeless populations. Like, there has to be people out there who are homeless just because of the rental crisis. I live in a smaller Midwestern area with no big cities, no nothing. Our income and cost of living here is lower than it is in other regions in the United States. The average is about $31,000, $32,000 a year, which means you should only be spending between $700 and $800 a month on your rent, which is even pushing it since all the prices of everything else have gone up, gas and food and utilities, everything. A couple years ago, the average rental around here was about $750 to about $800, which would be in line with the income rates that are in my location. These same houses are going for like $1,200 now. If you want something that doesn't have mold growing out of the ceiling and right next to a substance lab, you're going to be paying into the thousands. And that's just for like a 2-bedroom, like 900 square foot house with a garden for a backyard. Now, if you want something that has like 3 bedrooms and has a backyard or something, you're going to be paying like $1,800 to $2,200 a month in a place where the average income is $31,000 and most of us rent. Then you go even further than that, and 90% of these places say no pets. When like what, 2/3 of us, like look at this right here, 2/3 of us have pets. So your choice is the place next to the substance lab or paying $2,000 to finally find a place that is even moderately safe and allows you to bring your 10-pound cat. And you're still going to end up with a landlord. Like, I just saw one where they said if they come in and they do inspections, and if they see anything that they can attribute to the damage from an animal, which you have to pay a huge fee for in the first place, they will immediately evict you. And you have to sign to that. As if they can even prove it. This shit's insane. These landlords are tyrants. They are tyrants. If you're going to take on the responsibility of being a landlord, you should not be misusing and mistreating people. The U.S. has turned to freaking garbage.
Have landlords lost their minds? My roommate moved out a few months ago, so I currently live in a 2-bed, 2-bath by myself. And the price that I am paying for rent for a 2-bed, 2-bath with 2 parking spaces is the same amount of money I would be paying for a studio in Los Angeles, California. I feel like our whole perspective is warped because I hear people talking about, oh, I found a studio for $2,000, what a good deal. I just can't even process what is happening with rent costs in LA and also around the whole country. How is anybody affording rent? How?
I'm struggling. I am struggling so much mentally. Like, I just want to cry all the time. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I don't know what to do.
Guys, I'm not really sure if I'll be able to afford to buy a house. So I am mid-20s right now, and I'm just like, if the average home is like $500,000, right? I have to have about $50,000. Where am I going to get 50 grand from? Where am I going to get that from? In this economy, how can I save up 50 grand? I have no idea. Man, we are so screwed. This generation is cooked. How are we able to afford the American dream? Is it even a dream anymore? How can we make it? How? Like, everything is just so expensive. The food, the car, the rents, the house, everything, school. I mean, everything is just so, how can we afford that? I don't know. I don't know how. But something has to change, because this is just not it. This is not it. We are so screwed. We're cooked. Inflation, the cost of living, stress, and even now, like, I have 2 jobs. I work about 60 hours a week. But still, 60 hours per week. Plus, you know, and I have 3 YouTube channels. Yeah. Always working and stuff like that. And still it's challenging. Still, I have a lot of expenses and bills and stuff like that. So, will I even be able to afford a house? Let's say in like 5 years or something like that. In my early 30s, will I even be able to save up enough? I don't know. A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
So last night I went grocery shopping at Sprouts and I saw a bunch of BOGO options, and so I decided to go ahead and stock up on a couple of things that were buy one get one free. And I come back home and I complained to my roommate about how expensive everything is. I'm about to move out on my own for the first time, and I'm kind of like second guessing. Like, I'm like, this might have been a bad time to try to move out on my own. And so I was complaining and I was like, I just spent $40. And she's like, well, what did you get? And I was like, I got 2 boxes of cereal and it was buy one, get one free. I got 2 things of almond milk and it was buy one, get one free. I got some bananas and I got like 3 little burritos. And I don't understand like how that was all $40. So she goes, well, look at your receipt. And I look on the receipt and sure enough, both of the milks were rung up full price. So she's like, well, you've got to go back, you know, like the employee messed up and they, you know, they charged you, double charged you. And I was like, I checked myself out. This was all me. And so I had ended up driving back to Sprouts and was like, I have to complain about your employee. They didn't give me the BOGO sale. And they're like, oh, who messed up? And I was like, it was me. I was the employee. I rung myself up twice. I didn't give myself the discount. So anyways, it's hard out in these streets, you know, stay safe. If you're checking your own self out at the checkout lines, make sure that you're getting all the sales that you need to be getting.
You know what I find disrespectful? Receiving another bill right after you just paid one from the same company within a week. Like, I just paid y'all. Let me breathe. Let me enjoy my little coins. Why am I getting another bill from you? That's harassment. Harassment. I don't care what nobody say. If I just paid you, you need to wait a month before you send me the next bill. Chill out with that. FPL, Xfinity, mortgage, and everybody else that want my money.
So y'all, so I just called down to Augusta Utilities, the water bill place. So I called and I was like, I just want to see why my water bill be so high every month. Like, who do I need to talk to for somebody to come, you know, to my house to see if I have a water leak? So she pulled up my account information, y'all. So she was like, well, you're running 2,000 and 3,000 gallons of water a month. I was like, yeah, because it says that every month, like, I'm running the same thing, but why is it so high? So she pulled up my information, child. So she was like, well, reason why your water bill is so high because you're waiting 2 months to pay your water bill, so you're always behind a month. You're always behind a month. So I was like, how much my water bill is now? She was like $132. I said, how much it run me a month? And she was like $67, $68 a month. I said, oh, well, that's the reason why the motherfucker's so goddamn high. I need to start paying my water bill on time. The moral of the story, pay your bills on time. Shit. She was like, I was like, oh, okay, because she damn sure shut my damn mouth with the quickness, boy. I was like, because why my water bill so goddamn high? Basically, she was saying in her head, like, bitch, if you pay your bills on time, it won't be high.
Out of all the changes in the years I've been growing up and becoming an adult, I literally think this is the biggest shocker to me. Let me show you. When in the crap did we start paying $2.99 for a candy bar? $2.99. Look at that. Ooh, what is that? I'm boycotting them at convenience stores. That is ridiculous. $3 for one candy bar. It ain't happening. Not in my world. Not in my world. I used to go to Maverick, which is where I am. I'm at a Maverick and pay 25 cents for my Mars bar. No, I call bullcrap on that. I'm just ticked about it because I've got a 6-hour drive and I want something with sugar. I wanted a Snickers, but I'm not doing it. Nope, I'm walking out of this aisle. Bye-bye.
So I've been a homeowner for 2.5 years now, but I never told y'all why. So about 3 years ago, my husband and I, we were less than a year into marriage, living in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot apartment for $1,500. So because we had been living there for almost 1 year, as expected, we got a renewal letter. Child, why was our rent going up from $1,500 to $2,000? $500 US. We're talking about the same apartment with the same floors, the same counters, the same space, and immediately we knew we were not going to stay there, so we started looking at other places. However, this was 2022, and in 2022, rent hikes were crazy everywhere. So we decided if we're gonna be paying $2,000, we might as well own a home. Then we realized how incredibly predatory home ownership was. Y'all, there were neighborhoods with waiting lists where you would put your name down on a list and they would call you and you would have 24 hours to tell them whether you want to move forward or not, and you had to also put down your deposit that day. So we ended up having to look outside of our preferred area and went about 30 miles north, and we came across some new construction that we did like that was reasonable. But remember, y'all, this is not something we planned for. So to get the closing costs, the down payment, all that stuff, we had to temporarily relocate and live with my parents, which is a privilege a lot of people do not have. All of this to say, I'm not someone who's going to advocate for home ownership over renting or vice versa. But I am someone who's going to advocate for affordable housing, rent stabilization, assistance for first-time home buyers, and solutions to the housing shortage. And not to make everything political, but this is on the ballot, and VP Harris has a plan. Millions of Americans can't afford to buy a home or rent a suitable apartment. And because of that, we also can't afford to not vote and not do anything about it.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.